Somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising? Blackmail me with money? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
Well, it's never boring. And look, I think this is a big win for Twitter. He's brilliant. He sees the future. He's a driver. Look, for sure, he's a bit temperamental and irascible.
Let's talk about Elon Musk. When someone gets that rich, money is no longer just money. It turns into a scoreboard. And once that scoreboard starts looking broken, the game changes. Now it is about legacy, power, attention, and who gets to shape the story. Some billionaires buy goodwill, some chase influence, and some stay parked in drama like it is part of the brand. With Musk, the wins are massive. Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, xAI, the whole empire. His fortune briefly hit $500 billion, making him the first person reported at that level and pushing him into first trillionaire talk.
If I were an employee at Twitter right now, I'd probably just do your job. Don't let them know your name.
But the clean genius image has cracks. Musk sells himself as the free speech warrior, the innovation king, the guy trying to save humanity with rockets and electric cars. To fans, he's Tony Stark. To critics, that superhero image looks more like a slick PR mask. Behind the memes and worship, complaints from former workers, ex-business partners, and public critics have followed him for years. They've accused him of harsh management, messy decision-making, and grabbing too much credit. Even Tesla's origin story isn't as simple as the fan version, because Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning started Tesla before Musk became the biggest early backer. And now that Musk has gone deeper into politics, the heat is louder. His Doge role, his influence on X, and his constant political posting made people ask a bigger question. Is this just a tech billionaire talking, or is one man pushing his weight into culture, government, and public life?
After PayPal, I decided I wanted to get back into electric vehicles and make something happen in that arena, particularly since GM had come out with the EV1, and I thought, okay, well, there's not really a need for a startup company to develop electric cars because obviously GM is going to create the EV2 and the EV3. So I thought, okay, well, we've got to try to create an electric car company.
Then there's the origin story. Musk has described a painful childhood, and by many accounts, the family history was messy. His father, Elon Musk, has been tied to a controversial past. But pain and privilege can exist at the same time. Musk may have had real family trauma, but he wasn't exactly raised like a broke kid with no safety net. His father was connected to an emerald business in the 1980s, and his mother, May Musk, was a successful model and dietitian. The family wasn't living some dusty, hopeless struggle story. They traveled, the kids attended good schools in South Africa, and Elon Musk has described having expensive assets, including a light plane. So when people hear the clean rags-to-riches version, they start side-eyeing it hard because that background does not sound broke at all. But here is where the story gets messy. In recent years, Elon has pushed back hard against the Emerald Mine claim, saying his father did not own one and even offering a reward for proof. The awkward part is that years earlier, Elon himself reportedly mentioned that his father had a share in an emerald mine in Zambia, like it was just a normal family detail. That flip is exactly why the internet grabbed the receipts and refused to let it go.
And he was always supportive, from the beginning, but he wasn't the founder in the sense of he wasn't, we started it.
Well, I mean, this is one of the things that I found kind of fascinating about him is that he's actually accomplished some amazing things in his own right.
He's totally amazing.
Yeah, SpaceX is amazing, and he's done some interesting things with Tesla for sure. I'm not sure why he has to also say that he was a founder when he wasn't. I don't understand that.
No.
The fairest version is this. The Emerald story looks murky, not clean-cut. Biographer Walter Isaacson later reported that Errol did not own a registered mine, but did have an emerald business connected to stones from Zambia, including deals that sounded shady and informal. So no, it is not proven that Elon's career was built from some giant emerald fortune, but acting like there was zero privilege, zero comfort, and zero family boost? Come on, that is a stretch. And that is what makes the whole thing so strange. Elon did work for decades, took real risks, and helped build companies that shook entire industries. Tesla and SpaceX did not become giants by accident. The grind was real. But when someone fights this hard to sand down the privileged parts of their origin story, people naturally start asking what else has been polished for the public. that same narrative battle shows up in Tesla's early history. Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning founded Tesla Motors in 2003 around a bold idea: make electric cars fast, desirable, and serious, not some slow little science project. Then, in 2004, Musk came in with major funding, led the Series A round, became the biggest investor, and took the chairman's seat. That money mattered, no doubt, but money is not the same as being there on day one with the original concept. Over time, Musk became the face of Tesla so completely that many casual fans thought he created the company from scratch. The original founders had to publicly clarify the timeline, and a 2009 legal settlement eventually allowed Musk, Eberhard, Tarpenning, Ian Wright, and J.B. Straubel to all use the co-founder title. That's where the Tesla origin story gets way more complicated than the superhero version. Again, this was not a moment where Elon needed to stretch the story. He was already the biggest early investor, later became CEO, and helped push Tesla into rare fame. That's why the credit issue hits harder. When the wins are already huge, why make the origin story sound cleaner than it was? For a regular boss, that kind of ego is just office drama, but when the person doing it controls companies tied to cars, satellites, AI, brain implants, and public speech online, narrative control is not just gossip, it shapes trust, stock prices, and how much people believe the next promise. And Musk has not just sold cars, he has sold the future. Tesla built real technology, no question, but it also built a brand around huge deadlines, giant claims, and stage moments that aged rough. The Cybertruck reveal became the perfect example. Musk hyped its armor glass, then the window cracked live on stage after a metal ball was thrown at it. That was not just awkward, that was meme history. The issue was not only the broken glass, it was what the moment represented. The Cybertruck was pitched like a steel beast from the future, tough enough to embarrass regular trucks. But once the hype met real-world scrutiny, people started looking harder at the gap between the trailer version and the actual product.
Now I'll show you Tesla Alma glass. Yeah, so still there. Or Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Should we try on the bigger one?
Sorry? It didn't go through, so that's a plus side.
And when the topic shifts from hype to safety, the stakes get serious fast. Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving systems are driver assistance tools, not robot chauffeurs. And even Tesla says they require active supervision. Still, federal investigators found hundreds of crashes where autopilot was alleged to be involved, including 13 fatal crashes in one major NHTSA analysis. That is where the branding debate gets ugly. Critics say names like autopilot and full self-driving can make drivers too confident. Supporters say the real issue is misuse. Regulators say stronger guardrails are needed. Either way, when the tech can affect whether people live or die, credibility is everything. And credibility gets shaky when the marketing sounds bigger than the fine print. That same side-eye now follows Neuralink. The brain chip idea could genuinely change lives for people with paralysis or neurological conditions, and Neuralink has moved into human clinical trials. But because Musk has a long record of dramatic promises, people are watching carefully instead of just clapping on command.
Neuralink, co-founded by Elon Musk, is an experimental implantable brain-computer interface, or BCI, a chip surgically implanted by a robot and connected by threads to a patient's brain that allows the patient to control a computer or smartphone with their mind.
And part of the tension is Musk's online persona. The memes, jokes, sarcasm, and late-night posting make him feel relatable to fans, but to critics, it can look like a shield. Even Tesla's original founders described the early Musk era as complicated, not some smooth superhero takeover. Things got louder in 2006 when the New York Times covered Tesla and gave major shine to the company's founders without putting Musk in the spotlight. Internal emails later reported by Business Insider showed Musk saying he felt insulted and embarrassed that he was left out while Martin Eberhard was described as chairman.
He pushes on certain things, in development that you you kind of wonder why. And sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't. And when it works, it's really amazing. But of course, there's lots of sort of collateral damage along the way.
For a man checking checks, that reaction said a lot. Then the inside drama started moving fast. Eberhard was removed as CEO in 2007, Mark Tarpenning later left, and Tesla's early dream team started looking less like a clean origin story and more like a boardroom chess match. No proven smoking gun shows Musk personally plotted every move, but Eberhard later sued Musk and Tesla, alleging libel, slander, breach of contract, and accusing him of rewriting Tesla history. That lawsuit did not end with some explosive courtroom showdown. It was dropped and later resolved around the founder title fight, with key names allowed to call themselves Tesla co-founders. Still, to critics, the timing looked shady. To supporters, it was corporate cleanup during Roadster delays. Tesla was not the only place where Musk's leadership raised eyebrows. Solar City became another messy chapter after Tesla bought it in 2016, leading to shareholder lawsuits over alleged conflicts of interest and financial problems. Musk eventually won that case, but critics still said the empire looked too tangled. Then came the Boring Company, where Musk turned a joke into a cash machine. The company sold 20,000 not-a flamethrowers at $500 each, pulling in about $10 million almost instantly.
It's not a good idea to leave the office when there are like a lot of major things underway which are causing people a great deal of stress. But it was a combination of needing to raise money, and I had not gotten married earlier that year and not had any vacation or honeymoon or anything, so it was kind of a combined financing trip / honeymoon.
Yeah.
And and anyway, but away for 2 weeks, and there was just so much. There was just a lot of worry, and that caused the management team to decide that I wasn't the right guy to run the company.
It sounded like internet nonsense, but the money was real. After that, he launched burnt hair perfume, and once again, the gag had a price tag. Musk claimed 20,000 bottles sold at $100 each, meaning roughly $2 million from a product that basically screamed, "I can sell anything." Some called it genius marketing. Others called it distraction dressed up as comedy. And that is the pattern. Musk juggles Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, The Boring Company, X, AI, and politics like a one-man circus. The boldness is not the question anymore. The real question is whether one person can keep pushing this many buttons without the dashboard lighting up red. That constant expansion turned Musk into the poster boy for internet hustle culture. He is the billionaire who barely sleeps, the boss who treats rest as optional, the guy who expects people to move at rocket launch speed. From the outside, fans call it discipline, but for many who worked under him, it looks brutal.
And yes, Elon grew up with money, but that does not mean he grew up calm. He has spoken about being bullied badly as a child, including one attack that reportedly sent him to the hospital. Biographer Walter Isaacson described Musk being beaten so badly he was hard to recognize. Pain like that does not vanish with money. The father situation makes it darker. According to Musk and Isaacson's reporting, Elon Musk was not the warm, protective dad in the story. After the bullying incident, Elon allegedly blamed Elon and called him a loser instead of comforting him. That does not excuse Elon's behavior, but it gives the story a rough edge. And that is where the psychology gets interesting. Constant criticism can create people who chase validation like oxygen, tying worth to winning and proving everybody wrong. That drive may explain why Musk keeps pushing impossible goals.
Started out as a joke, and we decided to make it real.
Does anybody tell you no? Does anybody go, Elon, maybe for yourself, but selling a flamethrower, the liabilities, all the people you're selling this device to, what kind of unhinged people are going to be buying a flamethrower in the first place? Do we really want to connect ourselves to all these potential arsonists?
But it may also explain why his workplaces can feel less like jobs and more like pressure cookers. Former employees have described his companies as intense, demanding, and chaotic. The pattern is usually the same. Wild deadlines, public pressure, sudden firings, late-night messages, and expectations that can push people past reasonable limits. To fans, that is how big things get built. To critics, that is burnout dressed up as genius. He did not hide that mindset after buying Twitter in 2022. Musk sent the infamous extremely hardcore email
telling workers to commit to long hours, high intensity, and exceptional performance, or take severance. Employees chose the exit door. Reports said hundreds resigned, while earlier layoffs had cut roughly half the company. Then came the rest of the shakeup. Remote work was restricted, teams were gutted, executives were gone, and some workers challenged how the exit process was handled. In Ireland, one former Twitter employee even won a major unfair dismissal case tied to that hardcore email. Depending on who you ask, Musk is cleaning house or turning every company into a survival test. One of his ex-wives, Justine Musk, described arguments where Elon allegedly told her, "If you were my employee, I would fire you."
I mean, to be totally frank, it's actually just a roofing torch with an air rifle cover. It's not a real flamethrower. And also we were told that various countries would ban shipping of it, but they would ban flamethrowers. So to solve this problem for all the customs agencies, we labeled it not a flamethrower. Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Terrible. Shouldn't buy one. I said, don't buy this flamethrower. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's what I said. But still, people bought it.
Yeah,
there's nothing I could do to stop them.
If you build it, they will come.
I said, don't buy it. It's a bad idea.
How many did you make?
It's dangerous. It's wrong. Don't buy it. And still, people bought it. I just couldn't stop them.
How many did you make?
20,000.
And they're all gone.
In 4 days. They sold out in 4 days.
That is wild coming from a spouse. That is not romance, that is boss mode bleeding into the living room. And that is part of why people read his public behavior so closely. Musk has said on Saturday Night Live that he has Asperger's, now generally understood under the autism spectrum. But a diagnosis, a personality type, or an awkward communication style does not erase responsibility. Plenty of people communicate differently without turning every disagreement into a headline. With Musk, the tweets have not just been jokes, they have moved markets, triggered lawsuits, and dragged regulators into the room. In 2018, he posted about taking Tesla private at $420 a share and said funding secured. That one tweet led to SEC fraud charges, a $40 million settlement split between Musk and Tesla, and Musk stepping down as Tesla chairman for 3 years, all without admitting or denying the SEC's claims. For most CEOs, that would have been a career earthquake. For Elon, it became another chapter in the chaos file. Then came the pedo guy insult aimed at British cave diver Vernon Unsworth during the Thai cave rescue dispute. Unsworth sued for defamation, but Musk won in court. Legally, he walked away. Publicly, the stain still stuck.
I'd say that he's sold over 20,000 already, and a lot of it, I'm guessing, is just investment to Boring Company.
Then, in 2022, Business Insider reported that SpaceX paid $250,000 for a misconduct claim from a flight attendant connected to an alleged 2016 private jet incident. Musk denied the allegation as utterly untrue, and the case never went to trial. So legally, that is not a conviction, but reputation-wise, it added to a bigger pattern critics kept pointing at. Controversy hits, lawyers enter, the storm passes, then the machine keeps rolling. And then there is Twitter, now X. Musk bought it for $44 billion and sold the takeover as a free speech mission. At first, that meant reinstated accounts, looser moderation, and big talk about political neutrality. But the receipts got messy fast. Rest of World reported that before Musk, Twitter fully complied with around half of government requests, while under him, that rate jumped above 80% in one 6-month window. Then came the algorithm drama. Platformer reported that after President Biden's Super Bowl tweet outperformed Musk's, engineers were pushed to boost Musk's own posts. So the free speech platform suddenly looked less like a public square and more like one billionaire's personal loudspeaker.
There's no law against being an is the thing. And I think one thing that's interesting about that case, not just from a kind of like how did he win perspective, but from a sort of business and power perspective, is I think that is what unleashes, Elon Musk in a big way. It's what gives Elon permission, not just legal permission, but maybe cultural permission to sort of go wild on Twitter, which ultimately led to his acquisition of Twitter, to his embrace of these kind of extreme political positions.
When journalists and critics started calling out changes on X, some accounts were temporarily suspended, and the irony was loud. Musk bought the platform under the banner of free speech, but critics quickly asked if the public square had become one billionaire's personal loudspeaker. Then the politics got messier. There is no solid proof that Musk bought Twitter for some secret political master plan, so that stays in speculation territory. But during the 2024 election cycle, he became a massive political spender, with Reuters later reporting he spent nearly $300 million backing Donald Trump's campaign and other Republicans. After that, Trump named him to help lead DOGE, a newly created government efficiency drive, and the side-eye got serious. Supporters see a patriot using his money and influence to cut waste. Critics see a billionaire stacking power across business, media, politics, and government. The truth may sit somewhere in the middle, but the optics are wild either way. And to be fair, you cannot tell the Musk story without the real wins. Starlink has helped connect remote regions and became a communications lifeline in Ukraine after Russia's invasion. Tesla pushed electric cars into the mainstream, SpaceX helped slash launch costs with reusable rockets, and Neuralink, while risky and controversial, has shown early medical promise for people with severe paralysis. So the question is not, is Elon Musk smart? Of course he is. The question is whether his ambition helps the world more than it shakes it up. Because at his level, one tweet can move markets, one decision can change thousands of jobs, and one company policy can affect governments, drivers, patients, advertisers, and entire online communities. Some people see him as a misunderstood genius. Others see a billionaire so powerful that normal accountability barely touches him. Maybe the uncomfortable answer is that he is both. The same traits that build empires can also crack reputations, and Musk is living proof of that tension. Right now, Elon Musk sits between innovation and controversy, praised as a visionary and called reckless in the same breath. Whether you love him or can't outstand him, one thing is undeniable: he is shaping the world. The only question left is whether the world will thank him for it. Thank you so much for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Visionary or volatile? Genius or dangerously unchecked? Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment if you want more deep dives like this. I'll see you on the next one.